We welcome you in Latin Master with us today.
Welcome.
Our conversation today is about China and the Oneness School over there. And also we will address the role of the light workers and the light beings to the event. So here my question is, you mentioned that you had played many roles through previous incarnations in China. Can you explain that, or can you talk about that?
Yes, I played many roles in my previous incarnations in China. And by the way, the first incarnation for me and this planet in China, and the last incarnation even before this life, I played my role there. I incarnate in China. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning, before the system of incarnation, I came to the planet Earth in China as one of the spiritual masters there. And I be one of the founder of the teaching of the Oneness School for this land. Yes.
Okay, what was your name at that time as a spiritual master?
Yes, as a spiritual master, my name there is Jide.
Mm-hmm. What's the definition of the Oneness School? And also, what's the real history of the Oneness School?
Okay. Before 25,000 years ago, in the old ancient China, there is a legend talk about two dragons, spirit of dragons, beings, blue and red dragons, came to the land of wisdom, land of China, and incarnate as a man and woman. And after that, they have rebirth a child. His name is Blue Knight, and through their life, through their incarnation there, they played a big role to be a founder, one of the biggest founder, to establish the basic teaching for the Oneness School at that time. And this teaching, it's continued just many years, because after that the quarantine for the planet Earth from the Archons happened after that, and there is many manipulating for this teaching of Oneness School at that time. And the rest of that teaching for the Oneness School, it's become just a little, not complete, from that manipulating from the Archons. And just a few years ago, the return of the spirit of this teaching for Oneness School, it's returned to China. It means the quarantine and the veil affect mostly 80% from that teaching of the original Oneness School. And because of many process of liberation for the astral and ethereal, that spirit of teaching of the Oneness School, it's returned just a few years ago. And we are handling that energy, and we are manage that energy to reach in a specific area in China, and to reach the conscious of the people of China and in the whole planet after that.
Okay, great. Okay, what about the definition of the Oneness School?
The oneness, it came from one. It means you be one with the one. The one, it means the source of the soul. To have your own belief system through your experience. To go beyond any belief system and to go beyond any duality, beyond light and dark, to be one with yourself through your own experience. Through the incarnation in the planet Earth, there is many manipulating with the belief system from the Archons and from tradition things, from the religion, from the family, and lots of the people of the planet Earth, they have the belief system from, it depends on the tradition, religion, society, but not from their specific own experience. And the Oneness School, it's relating to have your belief system, your own belief system from your own experience, and to see every individual situation from your higher perspective, and many levels from that perspective. And the Oneness School teaching, it's motivate you to use the teaching for the specific moment and the specific situation. It means you cannot use the teaching the teaching from yesterday to today and from today to tomorrow. It means you need always to development your teaching and your consciousness and to raise the layer of that perspective to have your own belief system. And the basic point the Oneness School concentrate on to have your own belief system away from any manipulating mind around you.
Away from the controlling system.
Yes, away from the controlling system, from the domination system, and to raise that conscious within you from specific experience you have. It means you own that belief system from your own experience, not from just listening from other belief system around you. It means to free yourself from any belief system and to have your own belief system. This is the basic things for the Oneness School. And of course that it's difficult sometimes under quarantine and the veil and many controlling from the matrix and many simulation from light and dark around the people. Because of that, many of people they are under that manipulating related to their belief system. And to have a pure belief system, you need unique consciousness and unique experience beyond mind to reach the core of yourself, to reach who you really are. Oneness School, it's the inner journey to reach the enlightenment and to reach who you really are and to know the knowledge of I am present now, who I am now, I am present.
Okay, you mentioned here that the Oneness School teachings last just for a few years at that time, let's say 25,000 years ago. And then it came back just a few years ago.
Yes.
So, can you explain more about this?
Okay. When these dragons, when they incarnate and transform themselves as a human with their son, Blue Knight, they live their incarnation lifetime and they put the basic things for the Oneness School.
The basic teachings.
The basic teachings, yes. Okay. And after that, the quarantine for the planet Earth and the veil, it's become more depth. And when they leave the planet Earth, when they go from this life incarnation, the teachings continue for the next masters, and it will become weak, little by little.
It became weak. Okay.
Yes, because of the depth of the quarantine. Since that time, the whole planet, human being in the planet, specific in the in China, they are living on what remain from that teaching that leader and his wife and his son put it on the planet Earth.
Excellent. Okay.
And that teaching it had many manipulated from the Archons and from the Chimera group. And now, just before a few years, the teaching of the Oneness School it's become liberated from the affecting from the manipulating from the Archons.
Oh, that's great.
Just a few years ago. It means the right teaching for the Oneness School, just that life for that leader in the beginning, okay, and after that, in the end, just a few years ago.
And also, those teachings were manipulated by the Archons and the Chimera group.
80% from that teaching, it's manipulated by the Archons, in stages, of course.
So let's say, I guess Buddha was one of the Ascended Master who followed the Oneness School.
Yes, it's right. There is many teaching for the Ascended Master in general, for the hierarchy of the Ascended Master, the light beings. And Buddha it himself, it's go a different way to reach his Ascendant.
That's what we know, that he wasn't even light or dark.
Yes, he followed the Oneness School. And he had a strong teaching from the origin, basic teaching from that leader.
At the time of the Great Flood and the falling of Atlantis continent, the ark rested in the Tibetan mountains and the earth began to rebuild from there. What's your comment here?
Okay. After the falling of Atlantis, the continent of Atlantis, the ark handled the the remaining people after that flood, and he go to the Tipton through the journey through the ocean to the Tipton, and finally he rested there. Okay, and the knowledge of this continent of Atlantis, it's continue from that area, from the China, and it will become a flow to another area of the planet. And now if there is a message for the people of China, we can tell them, can you return this teaching from the Tipton again and return to the Atlantic Ocean and rise the continent of Atlantis again to be the first of the beacon for the golden age, the first city of Crystal City for the golden age? It means yes, this is your role now, because you handle that teaching from the first old ancient teaching for the oneness school came from the Atlantic, from the continent of Atlantic after the falling.
Here you mentioned that lots of teachings came to China, let's say, from the Atlantis continent.
Okay.
And we mentioned also that there was one school teachings established 25,000 years ago in China. Can you explain this?
The spiritual beings who are responsible in the oneness school teaching, they are feeding the continent of Atlantis before around 40,000 years ago about these teachings. And that teaching is continue with this continent, the continent of Atlantis, until before around 25,000 years ago. They download and install that teaching in China to confirm that teaching, because at that time the Archon, they become built the quarantine 26,000 years ago, and after that they renewed those teachings after the flood and the falling of the Atlantis continent. Through the people, they remain in the ark when they reach the Tipton. They renewed this teaching again before 13,000 years ago.
Okay.
And these stages, it's the stages of the renewal for this teaching of the oneness school. But the manipulating from the archons, it's continue to broken this teaching, until we reached the last few years ago.
So the last great flood was, let's say, water flood. But now we are in the era of the energy vibration flood.
Yes.
Can you comment on this, please?
Okay. In the past, the cleansing for the planet Earth to return the planet in the original state, every circle at that time happened through the doomsday and through the many of tsunamis and floods, like the falling of Lemurian before and the falling of Atlantis. But now we are in the end of the circle, that it will not happen again. Why? Because the dark forces almost defeated, and we are very close to liberate the planet and to enter the golden age. And the end of this circle, it's there is a flood, yes, but not in water flood, but energetic flood from the blue pulse, blue pulse energy, and many waves from the galactic central sun. It will spread many feminine and masculine energy to the planet Earth as higher frequencies vibration. It will float for the planet Earth, and the people, they will feel that higher frequencies, and many of them, they cannot handle these higher frequencies.
They will feel pain, let's say, in their bodies.
Yes, their physical body, they cannot handle these higher frequencies because their perspective and their belief system and their consciousness is still low.
So here the whole story lies in the sun, since the vibrations transmitted by the sun is not heat, as we know, but very high energy vibrations.
Yes. Yes, of course, the sun is the key, because many of the higher vibration, it will spread through the sun to our planet to raise the vibration of the planet Gaia, to reach the state of the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. And this vibration, it's not like the low and the heavy density vibration on the planet Earth now. It's the higher vibration, strong vibration. It's awakening and returning memory for the people from this vibration. And it's supporting and helping for their process of their ascension and to build the crystalline light body.
Okay, so here we can talk about the importance of the scale of activation for
Yes.
people of Earth.
Yes.
Comparing with the scale of understanding.
Yes.
Can we talk about this now?
Okay. The consciousness in general have two scales. The scale of understanding, it means the rays of conscious, and the rays of activation, the activate of that conscious
Exactly.
on the ground, in your reality. And the body, it will not rise his vibration until you activate your conscious. It means the issues of activation, to activate the scale of activation for your consciousness, it's something important to raise your vibration of your body. It means how much you handle understanding and conscious within your belief system and your spiritual account, okay, it will not enough to raise your vibration of your body.
It's not enough. Yeah.
Yes, you need to activate that conscious within you, to activate that belief system within you, to raise your vibration for your body, to reach in the higher state of the vibration, to be aligned with the vibration of that vibration, it will float to the planet Earth, to be matched with the higher vibration. In that time, your body, he can handle this higher vibration. If you cannot active, and it's difficult for some of the human beings to active the understanding from their belief system,
To embody it on the ground, let's say, yeah.
Yes, they will not rise their vibration of their body, and they need a lots of support from the light forces after the event.
Especially people who didn't raise their scale of activation, let's say.
Yes.
Their vibration.
Yes.
So they need support from light forces.
Yes, in many ways.
In many ways, let's say.
Technology.
Biotechnology.
Yes, chamber of light.
Chamber of light, yeah.
Removing implant technology. Through healing from the psychological and emotional and mental previous pattern. They need lots of the support to can cleansing their belief system from this karma belief system, and to be healthy in their body, and they have after that raising in the vibration in their physical body to reach that state, to be merged and aligned with the vibration of the planet Earth as 4th and 5th dimension.
Because Gaia will raise its
Yes.
vibration at that time. Let's say at the time of the event.
Yes. The time of the events, it's the time of entering the 4th dimension. And after that, at the end of 2017, it's the time for entering the 5th dimension for the core of the planet Gaia. And if the people, they didn't be matched with the vibration of the 4th dimension first and 2nd, 5th dimension, their body, it will collapse. It will cannot handling this vibration. Because of that, how much the things of from the support from the light forces, it's important after the events.
So it's very important to be ready and prepared.
Yes.
For that.
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. So here we can say that in this stage we should focus on raising the scale of activation.
Yes.
So each one should activate his own belief system on the ground.
Of course.
Because as we know that this scale is the one which will raise our frequencies in order to be combined with the new frequencies.
Of course.
Okay. This is why the human body gets tired from flow of new energies that loaded by high frequencies.
Yes.
So we are not talking here, of course, about the health of the physical body, but the activation of the belief system on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah?
The situation of the healthy body, it will raise your body frequencies and vibration, but in just limit. Okay, it's mean if you have a good healthy body, your vibration, it will be in normal vibration. It's mean healthy body. But this raising of the vibration, rising of that vibration, we talk about it. It mean you need to be abnormal, higher vibration. It mean it's good to have a healthy body and to be in normal state of vibration.
But it's not enough.
But it's not enough to be merged and matched.
Combined with the
combined with the higher vibration.
With the new frequencies, the higher frequencies.
Come to the planet Earth. Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, my question here is how the activation of the belief system on the ground can raise the frequencies.
Okay, when you build your own belief system away from any other domination belief system around you, and when you activate that belief system on the ground, you need a higher perspective to can activate that on the ground.
Exactly.
And that perspective, it will come from the higher self. It means you need a connecting between you and your higher self. And that connecting, deep connecting from your core, from your essence, with your higher self, away from any other domination system, it will raise your relationship between you and your higher self, and it will expanding that vibration. And it will raise your physical vibration.
Okay.
Within your aura and within your physical organs. It means the relationship between you and between your higher self, it will give you that higher perspective to can apply and activate that belief system on the ground. And from that relationship, your body, it will raise its vibration.
At that time, you will be matched and combined with the new frequencies.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
When Earth raises its frequency.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, what's the role of the light workers to trigger the event? How they will support the event as they have a direct relationship with the event?
First of all, I'm wondering when I'm listening for the light worker and light warrior, light mean in general, while they are waiting the event, while the specific mission for them in the planet Earth, for them to trigger the events, because they are one of the biggest sector supporter for the events. It means you should not waiting for that event to happen, but you need to make that event, to trigger that event. They have a big role to trigger that event.
Okay.
I know the meditation is something important to raise the vibration for the planet Earth and for the preparation of the new timeline for the planet Earth. Yes, but it's not that enough for the light forces to be just a meditator.
Light workers, you mean?
Yes, and to meditate, just to be a meditator. They have a big role to support the event, to gathering themselves first, to raise their vibration, because they have a unique frequencies and unique memory. Each one of them, when he remember his memory, it's mean return his memory, he will have a specific mission. Every one of them, they have a specific mission toward the liberation of the planet Earth. They need to support their vibration, to raise their vibration, to return their memory, to strengthen their power first, and second, gathering themselves around each other, to be a group, to let that energy to be strong, and at that time when that light worker and light warrior, as a light beings, be one unit together, they will connect with a line of network energy, and they will connect, fully connected with the spiritual network of the natural ascension people, and they will have a big role of the state of the vibration of the planet Earth, and they can even make many gathering point of spiritual building, spiritual school to attend the teaching of the oneness, and centers of the many methods of healing, advanced healing, from advanced healing for the removing the implants, and harmonize all the chakras and the aura, and the cleansing or any negative energy or black points within their auras for the human being through these centers, and spreading many of right information for other human being on the planet Earth to be ready at the time of the event. And even they have important role to awaken their brother from the light being, because there's many of the light being still not yet awakening, and they need just a small or little information to awaken, and this information and unique information didn't reach that yet the whole of the light worker of the planet Earth. The role of the light worker in general on the planet Earth, they have a big role before the events and at the time of the events. They need to gathering themselves as groups, and to have a specific mission from that gathering. I see from here and there, from the internet, many of the light workers, okay, they are gathering themselves, but still they didn't have that mission or that goal. They didn't have specific steps they wanted to do it to reach their goal. They need more mentors and guidance from their master. I see the master, they are sitting alone, and the light worker, they are sitting alone, and the light warrior, they are sitting alone, and the normal people, they are beyond even light
separated,
worker,
let's say, from each other. Yeah.
Okay, we need to build a kind of the hierarchy. Okay, that hierarchy, of course, not to be in the top or in the down, no, but the hierarchy to merge all of them as one unit. Okay, we need the master to can guide these light worker and light beings to enlighten them to the next step they needed, to raise their vibration and to cleansing even them from that implant and to let them free, first of all. And after that, they can awakening the other light being like them. And like this, and after that they reach another being. It doesn't matter if they are related to the light worker or not. The rest of the human being, to awaken the majority of the mass awakening for the human of the people on the planet to be ready for the mass ascension. And this is one of the role for the light beings. Yes.
Okay. You mentioned before that you are working with many non-physical oneness and light beings on spreading batches of energies to the land of China to restore and strengthen the teachings of the oneness school over there. So what is your next step?
Okay. First, like what we said before, after many process of liberation from the astral and ethereal plane and the weakness of the dark forces in these planes, we are strengthening our energy with many of oneness and light beings to spread energy to restore the teaching of the original teaching for the oneness school in the physical plane on China, between the light worker and the light warrior there. And the next step for us, I'm ready physically to be among them, to guide them if they support themselves and gathering themselves in one goal, and if they know their mission well, and we will support them to restore this specific origin teaching for the oneness school, to support their mission in the plan and to return the memory for them even, and to support them to removing their implant and free their belief system and to be away from pure from the domination system, to catch their role, and even to do a conference between them there. And in the near future, after the event, we will support them through these non-physical beings as a oneness and light beings. They will embodiment on the planet Earth as ascended master between them to continue the circle of the teaching of the oneness school.
In China and I think in the whole world.
Yes, we prepare for many points in the whole planet for that things. One of them in China, okay? And if we reach this state of that activation after the event, many of our friends there as ascended master and oneness beings there, they will embodiment on the planet Earth to support this center and this school physically from the planet Earth.
Okay, Enlightened Master, thank you so much for your time and for your precious information. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.